Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Planting Moon Meditation for the new moon in Libra. How is everyone doing today? I'm so happy to be here and so happy that you're all here. So, I wanted to talk a little bit just before we get started because so many of you are new, and I want you to have a clear idea of what we're doing. I want you to know that the phases move fast, as you can see. Um, that we we're 6 days in, and we've done the planning phase, and we've done the planting, and we've done planting phase. The peace phase goes throughout the entire cycle from the beginning to the end. And what the peace phase is, it's us having the ability to trust and know that we are always exactly where we're supposed to be all the time, that nothing is ever wrong, that we're not out of line, that everything is serving us, everything is supporting us, and that we are aligned with something greater than ourselves, and that something is guiding us and protecting us in every way possible. And because it's moon work, you can just look into the sky and actually see it. It's the moon. And the reality of what I'm teaching and what we're creating here together is understanding that everything and the earth works together. It really does. There is an electromagnetic pull that is always happening. And when we sync our energy, our thoughts in the direction of how we function, which is that we are creators. We are always creating whatever thoughts we are thinking. They are creative in nature. And depending on how that works in our lives, we are, whatever we're focusing on, thinking on, the energy of the planet then goes about getting busy to manifest it. And it is what we're doing is like charging our bodies because of the water, right? So if the water in our bodies is charged with positivity and love and health and wholeness and well-being, and the moon is pulling all the water on the planet, including the water in our bodies, then that means that the moon will pull us in the direction of our desires. And so that is what this system is to help you get in the direction of your desires. So we are planting, this is a planting moon meditation, and I will guide you through a visualization of your desires, your goals, your relationship to your higher self. And then tomorrow, the energy will shift. We will be in the clearing phase. And the clearing phase is when things tend to feel heavier because the moon is dark. It's almost like being in night and not being able to see your way through something. And so that is when we move into the time of clearing and calling forth and acknowledging the things that we want to release. So for instance, we're in the new moon of Libra. Libra is about relationship and partnership. So if there are things that come up for you in relationships, like maybe you're holding unforgiveness. For me, for instance, I am really aware of the energy of all the women in my family who carry heartbreak, disappointment, fear, abandonment around their relationships, around men, women in my family who haven't been able to parent their children the way they really felt that they should have. Just these disconnections with other people. So I am going to be working on clearing all of that starting tomorrow. And I will language it like I clear all the ways that I carry the fear of my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmothers. I clear all the pain, the sadness, the despair that I witnessed my mother and myself and other women in my family. Like I'll go into clearing it, and if it means crying or just allowing myself to be sad and releasing or doing a bath ritual or something like that, or we'll do a breathing ritual, something to really acknowledge what we are letting go of. And this is not something that we typically allow ourselves to do in our culture because no one wants to feel bad or be vulnerable or allow ourselves to really feel the pain that we carry. But this is a time when we do it. and we allow ourselves to do it. And when it's over with, we'll come out of it. But I want you to understand that it's totally okay to feel, if you feel worthless, if you feel brokenhearted, if you feel abandoned, you literally do the work to feel it so that you can clear it. Because everything that is within our psyches is creating more of itself. So we want to clear the stuff that we don't want to create more of. We want to be able to look at it and go, this is heartbreak. This is pain or anger or sadness from something, my ex-boyfriend did, or my ex. You want to be able to look at that stuff and say, I clear it. Because how many of us know women or people who are carrying around broken, or ourselves are carrying around brokenheartedness that we've not allowed ourselves to process? And then we wonder why we can't continue to have loving experiences. And the reason why we can't is because we haven't cleared the stuff that we're holding on to from old experiences. So I just want you to be ready that tomorrow, we will go to town on clearing. And the opportunity is to let it out, to let it out. And so you can do so in just with love for yourself and love for your desire to be free and your desire to experience what you believe and know you deserve. And that comes because we are willing to do the work to claim it. And when we claim it for ourselves, we have to let go of the other stuff that no longer serves us. So I just want to sort of make that clear, because like I said, there's so many of you, this is your first time. And so tomorrow, it's almost like the lights go out for 3 days. It becomes heavy. It becomes sad. It becomes intense. And some of you might be saying, well, it's already that way. Well, then good. So now we'll be able to start to move it out, because we're going to start doing some of the work to lighten our hearts and move through this stuff. Okay? All right. So with that, I'm going to turn the music back on, and we are going. So I encourage you to find a space where you can relax, get yourself comfortable, maybe turn off your light, or just really relax, because we're going to go on a visual journey inside of yourself. We're going to work with your imagination. So much of the work that we do to create our realities depends upon our ability to allow our imagination to flow. Depends on our ability to allow ourselves to envision in our minds what it is that we desire. I was working with a client of mine the other day, and they've been wanting something really forever. And I was saying, well, can you see yourself with this thing you want? Can you allow yourself, even in your mind, to see yourself having it? And sometimes we don't allow ourselves to see ourselves having it because we think we don't want to be disappointed. Like, well, if I let myself have it in my mind, I'll be disappointed when it doesn't come, right? That's what we think. Well, it's important to understand that if you can see something in your mind, it's as if you already have it, and it's as good as already having it. So once you can see it in your mind, it's really already done. There is no disappointment that follows being able to see it in your mind. So one of the things that I envision for myself is I've always wanted a show where I'm doing this kind of work, probably kind of on the level of like a Jan Levanzant. And I see myself regularly on the stage at the NAACP Awards with all of my clan. We're all dressed in white, and we're doing this work, and we're talking about it to the world. But I allow myself to see it. I allow myself to feel what that would feel like. And that is important, because when you feel it, you're charging your mind, your body, the water in your body, the energy of what will it feel like to have this experience. And the more you can vibrate at that frequency, the more you draw the experience to you. So it's very important for you to be able to envision, imagine, go into your mind, and put yourself in the place where you want to be, in the type of relationship, in the type of love for yourself where you're caring for yourself, taking care of yourself, being truthful with yourself, nurturing yourself, giving yourself the very things that you desire. And in doing so, you will magnetize others who will do that for you just by the nature of your beingness, because that's how it works. Okay, so let's go. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure that my son is okay and not going to come and interrupt in any way. And then right back. Okay. Oh, so let's take 3 deep clearing breaths together. I hope you guys can hear me well. If you cannot, please let me know. Okay, great. Thank you, Pinky. So 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. So how good it is. How good it is to come together under the moon, planting the energy of our desires, for our ability to relate, to connect, to experience love, partnership, first and foremost with ourselves, knowing that we are the embodiment of the divine, of the goddess, that the self that I am is made in the image and likeness of God, that this body, this mind, this heart, this temple, this life is divinely ordained by the goddess. As we know this for ourselves, we know this for each and every one of us, that together we are on a mission to align ourselves with love and purpose, wholeness and healing, to know that right where we are, all is well, even as we are in the midst of deep transformation and lives changing, and desires to know ourselves and to be ourselves more fully, even though many of us stand in the precipice of the uncertain, completely unaware and unclear of what is next. We know that right here, right now, God is. The goddess is. And as we move into the dark of the moon, we come with humility, love for ourselves, and a willingness to experience the love of God that is within us, that we may share with ourselves and others, or with others, including our family, our children, co-workers, our friends, our community. So as we step into this new moon experience in the constellation of Libra, we open up to experience greater balance, harmony, reflections of love, connection, a willingness to experience ourselves consciously as the goddess, to know that our minds are creative, our hearts are generating life force from the moment we are born until the very moment that we take our last breath here, that we are conduits for light, for energy, for essence, for power, that we are creative in our essence, that everything that we do is divinely ordained and designed. And so it is in this experience that we connect ourselves more consciously to our higher self, that presence that is always with us, that loves us unconditionally, that part of us that can never be hurt or harmed or endangered in any way. A part of us that knows we are not our bodies, we are not our thoughts, we are something greater. We are something greater. And so in your mind's eye, I want you to hold your desire in your mind's eye and in your heart, your desire for relationship, your most ideal way of loving yourself, of being yourself and allowing yourself to be loved, to know that the love that you have is enough, that you have everything that you need within you, that you are so aligned with the goddess, with the divine mother of this universe, that you feel ever complete and whole and perfect, and that it is your deepest desire to know this experience of wholeness in greater ways, in more profound connections to yourself, to your environment, to nature. How good it is to live in the body that you live in, to love every part of your flesh, to love the beauty of your skin, the texture of your hair, your eyes, your face, your neck, your back, your spine, your beating heart, your kidneys, which filter and clean your body, every organ, every cell, a work of art, blessed by the divine. Every breath rejuvenates you, enlivens you, reminds you of who you are, how loved you are, how perfect you are. Your womb, whether you have a figurative womb or an actual womb, it is the creative center of your life. It holds your deepest desires. So let's take 3 deep breaths again. And when you breathe in through your nose, allow the breath to go all the way down your spine and into the cavity that is your womb, that creative vessel that holds your desires. So on the count of 3, we'll breathe 3 breaths together. 1, 2, 3. So imagine yourself standing in the sand on a beautiful beach, and out the horizon, golden white orange light as the sun is beginning to set. Allow your ears to hear the sound of ocean waves washing over the tide, over the sand, and feel the warm breeze over your body, over your face, the sand beneath your feet, and notice the sensations in your body. Notice if there's any tightness in any area of your body, whether it be in your abdomen, thoughts, constricted thinking, constricted breathing. And allow yourself to just breathe into these areas of constriction, tightness. And then as you release the breath, allow the tightness or the constrictions to wash away with the breath. As the sounds and the feeling of the warm air washes across your face, you begin to feel relaxed. You begin to feel free. And maybe you'll walk along the seashore or decide to have a seat as you watch the sun and know that that is the light that lights up every man, woman, and child. That is the light that sustains us. That is the light, the gravitational pull that anchors us. And that light that is the sun is the light that is within you. It is the power that beats your heart. It was created for you by the creator of all things. This light that is the sun that reflects this beauty of energy, of source, of power upon your body, upon the light, the face of the moon. It's so good to know that there is a synchronicity, that there is a power that is happening in the universe that is also happening within you. The light that lighteth up every man, woman, and child, the light that is within you. It is the light that infuses you. And so as you allow the light to be absorbed into your skin, be absorbed by your breath, by your breathing, you feel looser and freer and more relaxed. And so in this moment, whatever goal you're holding for yourself, whether it be to experience deeper love with yourself, to experience deeper love with a partner, to experience deeper love with the divine creator of all things, or your children, or your ancestors. Call that intention into your mind and allow yourself to feel into the fulfillment of that, to allow your body to rest in the awareness and relax in the possibility of the fulfillment of your intention, knowing that you are one with the creative force of the universe. And so as you sit before the ocean, watching the sunset, I want you to see just out further or higher even, the beauty of the moon. She carries her dark face tonight. She cannot be seen easily, but she is there. And I want you to envision her. And if the moon took on the embodiment of a person, like a grandmother or an ancestor, or an aspect of yourself, what would she look like? Would she look like a goddess? Would she look like a king? Would she be androgynous? Would she be larger than life? Would she be a perfect replica of you? Would she be you in your wisdom years? Whatever vision you have of this beloved moon goddess, call her to yourself and allow yourself to be seated near her, with her. Maybe she looks like your grandmother. Maybe she looks like someone from your childhood. Whoever she is, she's here to hear you, to hold you, to bless you. She's here to listen to your goals and your desires. She's here to tell you how worthy you are. So in your mind's eye, envision you telling her what you desire. I want to experience deep love, dear Moon Goddess. I want to experience wholeness in my body. I want to experience the truth and power of who I am. I want to experience freedom from fear. I want to experience the ability and the fearlessness to be courageous and live inside of the magic that I know I'm capable of. Let her hear you. Let your imagination tell the story. Give yourself permission to dream, to fantasize, to imagine yourself being completely loved just as you are. She is excited by your desires. So envision yourself writing down your desires on a piece of paper and then giving them to your beloved moon godmother, moon goddess. And just the way she absorbs the light of the sun, she will absorb the energy of your desire. She will make it her business for your desires to be fulfilled. Mm. Tell her everything. And allow yourself to be held by her, to be fully seen. There's nothing to fear. There's no such thing as disappointment. All the disappointments of the past are washing away. All the fears of not being enough are washing away. New possibilities are presenting themselves. You have eyes to hear and to see and ears to hear and a heart filled with willingness and curiosity, boundless curiosity to know yourself as God. Allow yourself to be implanted, impregnated as you give forth your desire to the goddess moon mother, and she absorbs it into her energy field, into the womb of the universe. Place your hands over your own womb and know that you are impregnated with possibilities of joy and power and ever abundant life and happiness and the fulfillment of your dreams and desires. When you are ready, look into your beloved Goddess Mother's eyes and tell her thank you and give thanks. Thank her for loving you. Thank her for coming on your behalf. Thank her for holding the space with you. Thank her for being the goddess in your life. And know that you can call upon her at any time. Her heart is your heart. Her love is your love. Her womb is your womb. Your creations are her creation. You are not alone ever. When you're ready, you can tell her goodbye. Feel the warmth of the air. Feel the energy of the ocean, sound, the sand beneath you. And allow yourself to come back into your body. Feel your bottom. Feel your breath. Feel your beating heart. Thanks. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who are here this evening, and each and every one of you are listening to the sound of my voice in a recording. I trust and know that this Libra season is blessed, that you are planting yourself with the highest ideals of love and partnership, whether that be in connection with yourself and your divinity, whether that be in connection with a physical, real world person. Everything that you do in partnership with yourself, through love and acceptance of yourself, you do gracefully and easily in partnership with others. The reflection that you see each and every day is one of love, is one of empowerment, is one of wholeness. So for this and so much more, I'm grateful. I bless all of our families, our children, our communities. I give thanks for our ancestors, for the strength that lives within us, for the courage to allow ourselves to be made new. I let it be, and I say, and so it is. Ashe. So I'm going to end this. I encourage you to continue to rest. If that's what you're doing, continue to plant. Tomorrow we start clearing, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Peace and blessings.